When you're doing a performance, it is not uncommon to have to change really quickly out of one costume and into another. And generally, if that's kind of below a minute or it has a lot of elements to it, that's referred to as a quick change. And here are 5 secrets to how performers get changed so quickly backstage. Hi, I'm Abby. I'm a costume maker and a seamstress, and I also work freelance for wardrobe and backstage as a dresser. And if you want to see more about this, then make sure you subscribe to my channel at Abby Made It. Number 1, fastenings. That can either mean taking a traditional fastening and changing it. So, for example, this looks like a fully buttoned up shirt, but in actual fact, the buttons have been removed and sewn over the buttonholes, and behind them, they're just quick release poppers or snap fastenings. So that then a performer can get in and out of the shirt really, really quickly, but from the front, it still looks like a buttoned up shirt. We do that as well with waistcoats, with jackets, with anything that needs it. So this one has Velcro. I'm not a massive fan of Velcro, but this one has Velcro. You can go back just so that you're not fiddling with buttons either in the dark in the wing or when you're trying to rush and get someone in or out of a costume. So making sure that fastenings from the front look as you would expect, but actually on the inside are something different. The other thing about fastenings is putting them in unexpected places. So, for example, on this dress, we have the shoulder seams released. So, actually, the seam has a popper in it. So, the dress can come off completely without having to go up over the head over a wig or without having to necessarily get out of it in a normal way. Very often we'll do the same in the back seam, so we can open up the back seam and put either poppers or magnets down the back, so you can literally just take the dress off or put the dress on and then it can snap fasten down the back. We do use poppers, we do use Velcro. I'm not a massive fan of Velcro, like I said. We also use magnets, so the magnets are like snap fastenings but will go together quickly, and they're just sewn on either side of a garment, and then you can snap, 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 and close it, shirts, dresses, just so that they have a lot more quick release to them. 2, choosing your costumes and accessories wisely. For example, bracelets that come straight off, that can just be popped on in a second. Necklaces that have a magnet clasp, will sometimes change the clasps to magnets so that necklaces can be put on and taken off really quickly, so you're not fiddling around with things. Anything that is quick on and quick off is often chosen for accessories. So that's about choosing or altering the right accessories to go with your quick change. Number 3 is layering or underdressing. Very often, a performer will have their next costume on underneath if they have a really quick change, or they'll have elements of their next costume on underneath. They might have a shirt on underneath a jumper that we can take the jumper off and see the shirt, or they might have a whole other dress on. So sometimes when you're making the costumes initially or designing the costumes, you have to take that into account because you have to know that something's going to be underdressed because they have a very quick change. So you know that the next costume has to go underneath, in which case you might add things like trim here. This is all trimmed in green because the underneath dress is green. So when she lifts her arms up, if anyone gets a flash of green, you're not going to notice that she has a costume underneath. And then we can do a quick release on the shoulders, and the costume is underneath ready for them to get back on stage and perform in the next scene in the right costume. Number 4 is all about preparation. You have to make sure that your costumes are laid out right and that everything is ready for the performer to get changed as quick as possible. So very often that means putting things in reverse and backwards. So a shirt would need to be open so it can be picked up and put on a performer. So if we were dressing someone, they might come off stage and get changed quickly, but they'll get out of their previous costume and then you're ready to pick up and put straight on. And then the jacket that goes on top of that would be, again, inside out, not the sleeves inside out, but laid the wrong way round as if it's been taken off, back on so that that can go straight over the top quickly. That also includes things like pooling dresses on the floor, which is when a dress is put on the floor with the floor visible, so someone can step straight into the dress without having to shimmy into it. And if you have your trousers loose enough, you can do that as well. So if you have baggy trousers, you can pull those out on the floor to make sure that a performer can step straight in, and then they can pull their trousers straight up. So if you prep your costumes properly and you are really, really organized and make sure that things are in reverse order and that they're in the positions that you want to put them on, might not be the neatest. It doesn't look as good as a shirt hanging on a hanger with a jacket on top of it, but make sure they're all ready and just think how best to put these on and what's the quickest way to get them on, and make sure they're prepped and ready backstage. Number 5, and I am definitely biased with this one, and that is to have a dresser. A dresser is someone who works backstage and who helps performers get into quick change costumes, or helps performers change full stop. As a dresser, if you work backstage as a dresser, you will get a track very similar to a performance on stage track, and you will be assigned different quick changes at different points and different places that you can help performers. Then it's up to you to make sure that the costumes are set right, that anything that needs pulling is pulled ready, and that you know when a performer is coming off stage, how long you have for the quick change, what you need to do. It's all choreographed, it's all sorted out in tech rehearsals, and then you need to just methodically work through each quick change. The key is not to panic and to just go, it'll take as long as it takes. And if we do everything right and we do everything smoothly, then that's the quickest way of doing it, as opposed to trying to rush and pull. It's also absolutely essential, if you work as a dresser, that you do it the same every night, because the routine is what will make the change go more and more smoothly. If you like those 5 secrets and you want to see more, or you want to see some of the quick changes or some of the costumes that I've made, then make sure you head over to my channel at Abby Made It, and make sure that you watch some more of the videos on there. And as always, subscribe.